Welcome everybody here to the Iowa Speedway as we are getting ready for the NASCAR Xfinity Showdown, as today we will find out which two drivers who will move on into the first annual NASCAR Xfinity Series All-Star Race. This weekend will mark the first time the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series will be having their own All-Star race, and we already saw the showdown for the Truck Series at Gateway. Today, 13 drivers lined up on pit road. Two drivers will go in to the All-Star race based on being the top two finishers from this race. The remaining one driver will move on with the help of the fan vote. That driver with the fan vote will be announced at the conclusion of this video. Anyway, today will be a 25 lap race, and we are going to take you down trackside and get you the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
Next week in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, we'll be coming back here to Iowa Speedway for their points race, the real race here at Iowa next weekend. But for right now, they're racing to get into a race that is worth $1 million. And $1 million is big for the teams like Johnny Davis Motorsports, Xfinity Motorsports, TriStar, RSS Racing, Billy Boat Motorsports. JGL Racing is in here. We have Rick Ware Racing, Jimmy Means, Tyler Young, or that's King Autosport, a lot of big names. And we had the 84, is that the 84? The 84 Mason Mingus at a Billy Boat Motorsports. Mingus skipped the race at Talladega. Chad Boat drove the 84, and now coming to green, the 84 is off pace. But up front, Chastain and Townley will lead us down to the green flag. The remaining 12 drivers were underway here from Iowa. And Chastain down in the turn number 1. It is the 4 in front of the 25 as they come off turn number 2. But now looking to the inside comes that number 51 of Jeremy Clements. Remember, the top two finishers from this race will move on. And off turn number 4, Chastain out in front of Townley. And Townley gets to run off the corner, and he will stay in second place. Clements third, Ryan Sieg and Cole Witt, Blake Cook, Michael Self, Jeb Burton, David Starr and Joey Gase, Tyler Young and Ryan Ellis. And the 84, a gearbox issue has caused the 84 Mason Mingus to go behind the wall and not even be able to start today's race at Iowa. So Mingus will have to rely on the fan vote if he wants to race for $1 million later this weekend. But for right now, 3 laps in the books already, and it is the number 4, Ross Chastain, out in front of John West Townley. Now, just to be in a race like the All-Star race for this series is big for these teams. These teams like Johnny Davis, and you have Xfinity Motorsports. These are not the teams like Joe Gibbs Racing or Team Penske or RCR or Ginny Motorsports. They don't have the budget like those big teams have. And just to be a part of a race, the first annual All-Star race for this series has to be big for a team like Johnny Davis Motorsports that's been around for a pretty long time. But for right now, Chastain's starting to be reeled in by the 25 of John West Townley. Jeremy Clements, Ryan Sieg, and Cole Witt, your top 5. Blake Cook, Jed Burton, Michael Self, David Starr, and Joey Gase, Ryan Ellis, and Tyler Young. That is how the top 12 cars look. And Townley starting to put a little bit more pressure on that number 4. In yesterday's Truck Showdown, we saw Ben Kennedy move on to the big race, winning the showdown. And also moving on was the 25 of Justin Boston, who grabbed second. And the driver who won the fan vote was Austin Terrio. Now here, Chastain, Townley, first and second. Right now, these two guys, they would move on. With no problem, they would move on into the big race. They're pulling away each lap, running quicker and quicker. And third place, Jeremy Clements. Fourth place, Ryan Sieg. Fifth place, Cole Witt. I mean, they're over 3/10 quicker each lap. There's no reason for Townley or Chastain to really push the issue and cause both to wreck, because right now they're moving on as the way it looks right now. But Townley really wants to win this showdown right now, and he's going after that number 4 Chastain. Battle heating up for 4th place now. The 39 of Ryan Sieg, the 28 of Cole Witt, 2 blue cars. out of RSS Racing and JGO Racing. Trying to get around the 51, the black 51 of Jeremy Clements. Currently running in third place in that 51. Later on this evening, you will see also the NASCAR Spring Up Series Showdown. Clint Boyer on pole for that race alongside Regan Smith. That'd be a good one to watch. And then we will have qualifying for the Truck Series All-Star Race, the Xfinity All-Star Race, and the Cup Series All-Star Race, excluding the drivers who have raced their way in via the Showdown and fan vote. They will not be able to participate in qualifying. And up front, new leader 25, John West Townley to the lead as he is now out in front of the field in the Xfinity Showdown. Ross Chastain falls back to second. Remember, Chastain almost won a race in the Truck Series for Brad Keselowski Racing back in 2013. Maybe it was 2012, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, 2013. Chastain now falling back in second place. Third is still Jeremy Clements, but Ryan Sieg now putting pressure on that number 51. Good, let's go ahead and board with the 39 of Ryan Sieg, and let's see what he sees coming off turn number 2. Down in the turn 3, you saw off turn 2, Sieg got a little bit loose, had to get out the gas. That hurt the run down the straightaway and disallowed him to get on the inside of that 51 of Jeremy Clements. Down in the turn number 1 again. Sliding out the track a little bit loose, had to get out the throttle. And Clements able to drive away just a little bit. Cole Whitt behind them in 5th. Blake Cook, Jed Burton, Michael Self. Now Self is the teammate to the 4 of Chastain. David Storer 9th and Ryan Ellis. This is Rick Ware Racing in the number 17 team. Dashed up on board the number 17. We have Ricky Tyler Young, Joey Gase. We have already passed the halfway point in this race, meaning that coming this time by, will be 11 to go for the 25 of John West Townley to hold on and win here in the Xfinity Showdown. Probably notice that all 3 All-Star races are located at different tracks. The NASCAR Camping Road Truck Series at Gateway Motorsports Park, which will also be the first chase race for the Truck Series. And then for this series, for the Xfinity Series, you have the Iowa Speedway, and then like always for the NASCAR Spring Up Series, it is the Charlotte Motor Speedway. A lot of short track racing for the lower series, and right now what we got going on for the lead. Townley and Chastain. Looks like the 4 might be starting to reel in that 25 just a little bit. Last time by, the 4 was about a 10th quicker than the 25 of Townley. And yet again, Chastain a little bit quicker and starting to reel in that 25. We have new 4th place runner, the 28 of Cole Whitt, has taken over that 4th spot away from the 39 of Ryan Sieg. Michael Self's got around the 26 of Jed Burton. Now your leader is John West Townley, and he's just now coming off turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, entering turn 3. I do not believe from where Joey Gase is and with the number of laps we have remaining, lapping the 52 should not be an issue for the leaders. Remember, Mason Mingus blew a engine or had a gearbox issue go wrong right on the pace lap. Not even able to take the green flag. That is a tough break for the number 84 Belly Boat Motorsports team. Mingus first race back after not racing in Talladega a couple of weeks ago. 6 to go this time by for the 25 of John West Townley. Chastain 2nd. Jeremy Clements, Cole Whitt. Oh, that 28 got on the back bumper of that 51, but Clements able to pull him off turn 2. It appears that the Whitt and Sieg are a little bit quicker, but Clements has a little bit more of a better handle on his car than the guys behind him. But here comes that 28. He had a nose on the inside of the 51. And he has a pretty good run here off turn number 2. Cole Whitt in the 28. Jeremy Clements in the 51. This is not for the lead. This is not to get into second place. But these guys still want to get the best finish they can get. And then they just got to pray for the fan votes. Witt trying to move that 51 out of the way a little bit to get by. While up front, Townley and Chastain just trying to hang on. Three to go this time by for John West Townley. Started his career in the NASCAR Cabin Road Truck Series back in, I believe, 2008, and ran full-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series in 2009. Struggled a lot, had a lot of wrecks, a lot of DNQs, but he's gotten himself into a good quality ride at Athenian Motorsports, a team that came out from the ARCA Racing Series, moved full-time to the Truck Series with Dylan Lupton. In fact, their truck with Dylan Lupton, they are in the All-Star race in the Truck Series, now trying to get an All-Star, trying to get their Xfinity car in the All-Star race as well. Coming down to the white flag, one lap around, Iowa remaining for John West Townley. And it appears Chastain will not be able to catch the 25, but you know what? That's okay. These two guys looking like they will move on. Clements, Witt, and Sieg, your top five. Down in the turn number 3 to go. The Zaxby Chevrolet of John West Townley comes off turn number 4, and Townley will win at Iowa. Townley wins, and he will move on into the first ever NASCAR Xfinity Series All-Star race, and he'll be bringing that number 4 of Ross Chastain with him. They will start 13th and 14th in the All-Star race. On your screen is your results from today's race at Showdown, and now in 5 seconds you will see the driver who has won the Xfinity fan votes. That driver is going to be on your screen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That right there, guys, is your 2016 Xfinity fan vote winner. Congratulations to all 3 drivers who have raced their way in into the first ever All-Star race for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Coming up next will be the NASCAR Spring Up Series Showdown to see which 2 drivers will move on into the 2016 Sprint All-Star race. We'll see you later, guys. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed today's race. Goodbye, everyone.